Thanks to the support as a channel member, Michael and Good. Well, we didn't manage any more transfers before the transfer window closed, and we've only won one of our last 5 games in the league. But we're in 5th place. We're hovering around the bottom of the playoffs again. This all seems very familiar. Hello and welcome to part 30 of the Tour de France. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have 2 games for you in the league. We're at home against Auxerre and away against Amiens. Amiens. Since you were last with me, this is what's gone on. We actually picked up a couple of big wins. I mean, after not scoring in either of yesterday's matches, we scored 8 goals in the next game. TUTU just exploding into life. 4 goals in that match. Tom Renault from the base of midfield picking up a hat-trick as well. I've never seen anything quite like it. An 8-0 win that just came absolutely out of nowhere. TUTU then grabbing 2 in the next game as well when we won 5-1. And then he's not scored since, and we've only won 1 since then as well. But that 8-0 win really did set the tone nicely. We've only won 3 games all season, but find ourselves in 5th place. It's a very strange league at the moment. TUTU's only scored in 2 matches, but he's the top scorer in the league. It's absolutely typical of him. 6 goals in 2 matches, not turned up for the other 7. And his inconsistency completely explains our inconsistency as far as I'm concerned. When he plays well, we destroy teams. We've got the best goal difference in the division, largely because of that 8-0 win, even though there's been multiple games where we've struggled to find the back of the net at all. It's been an odd one. But the transfer window has closed. There's your confirmation that no more business was done. So we've got to make do with what we've got, and fingers crossed we can pick up a victory today against a team that I've properly heard of. Not only have I heard of the team, they've got Claude Puel as manager. I've heard of him. Former Monaco fitness coach. I believe that's what he's most famous for. But Auxerre, I feel like they should be in the top flight. They haven't been in the top division for, 13, 14 years at this point. So realistically, shouldn't really be too much of a threat. They just feel like a big side to me because I've heard of them. We're going with Mandrea in goal, a back four of Cisse, Deleste, Moltenes and Van der Merch. David Carter at the base of the midfield. Ian Gomis and Keita ahead of him. And then Barcola and Nguema behind TUTU up front. I am seeing in the comments section lots of people kind of agreeing with me that Nguema should be playing in a different role to the one that I'm using him in. I get it. It was one of the first things I said about him when he first did his Mick Powell and we were trying to work out what to do with him. I agree. He probably should be playing as a support striker. Lots of people have suggested playing him as the Mazzala in central midfield. That's probably a more realistic way to play him in a role that suits him better whilst not changing the system. I'm reluctant to go to 2 up top because we're playing reasonably well, playing in this system. We've been using this system for a little while. We're pretty good at it. I don't want to change the entire system around for a 17-year-old who ultimately hasn't really looked that special yet. I'm sure he's going to be very, very good. He's very much a solid player for us, which at 17 is special in and of itself. But I'm not going to change the system around and play him up front alongside TUTU, I don't think. I guess we could use him in central midfield, but again, I'm a little bit wary of training him into a new position or playing him in the new position before we've trained him in it, because at the moment he can't play there at all. So we what I might do, let's compromise between the lot of us. I'll start trading him to play central midfield Mazzala, but I'm not going to start playing him there consistently until he's at least competent in the role, because otherwise, I mean, as far as I'm aware, if you play players out of position, they kind of get a handicap in the match engine, even if they should be suited to the role. I might be missing, that might be a hangover from how the game used to work, but certainly that used to be the case, and I haven't tested it in the last however many years. Oh, goodness me, I think a fly flew into my mouth there. That's the problem of having the window open. Oh, I suddenly lost the ability to speak. We've scored a penalty, though, which is lovely. I have no idea what I was saying before my coughing fit. My voice disappeared. I exploded into a coughing fit, and we scored a penalty while all that was going on. So apologies, don't know what I was talking about. I'm sure it was really interesting, though. Imagine if I was on the verge of making the most incredible point that I've ever made, and it's just gone. Don't know what it was. So, oh, I remember. Nguema. What we might do is, because we are quite low on central midfielders in the squad, and you know, whenever you've seen me multiple times play Gotan as a central midfielder, because we've got so many wingers, Gotan will go in there. What I might do, rather than going with Gotan, I'll bring Gotan on to play on the wing, and Nguema can play in central midfield then. We'll perhaps do that. Oh, Mandrea upsets me. To me, that looked savable. We'll have to have a look at it from the other angle. I think this looks savable. I mean, his positioning's a little iffy, isn't it? Definitely savable for me, as far as I'm concerned. One thing as well, we are what, 5-6 minutes into the episode now, probably. The fan's been on the whole time. Everybody said yesterday in the intro you couldn't hear the fan. I'll be very closely listening to this when I'm editing this video. I am recording this. Oh, look at this from Nguema. Oh, if only he needs to take the shot when he gets there. For some reason, he's carried on running with it. But yeah, I will try and remove any fan noise that is there. But if the episode sounds a little bit iffy and you've been thinking it sounds a bit weird and I don't know why, this is why. I've got the fan on. I never have the fan on for an episode. If it does sound weird, let me know. But I am recording this Friday morning. This is the day it's supposed to be 34 degrees. As I record, TUTU's rubbish. As I record this at 10 a.m, it is 23 degrees at the moment outside, which probably makes it about 27, 28 in my office. It's always hotter in here. You weren't getting a video today unless the fan was on, so I apologize if there is any noise. This is where you all say, Kev, stop talking about it. We can't hear any noise. All right. Maybe I will. Shall we try him there? Let's try him there. Let's see what happens. We'll try Nguema there. We'll take Keita off, and we are going to bring on Chacon to play on that side. Promised Gotan. I've gone with Chacon. I am a monster. I'm tempted to stick Barcola up front and get Gotan on, because Tutu's having one of his days. Van der Merch is playing better than anyone else on the pitch. We should probably leave him on. We are, as ever, low on central midfielders. We don't need to make a whole load of changes. That might do for now. So we're trying Nguema in midfield, Barcola up front. I mean, I don't know. It might work. Chacon should probably be an inside forward over there, actually. He is a right footer. I thought he was the other way around. We'll leave him be. Leave him as he is. What I will do is make some substitutions. So we've got to throw some. Why can't I? Not letting me. There we go. I want to make final changes. Barcola's now shattered, so Vinny Triboulet can come on for him, and I guess we will just bring on Abdallah for energy. Throw some energy forward on that right hand side. This is what I'm talking about our frustrating form. This is a team. I feel, what has Abdallah done there? And then what has their striker done there? It looks like neither team wants to win this football match. We've both missed some massive chances, terrible defensive mistakes as well. It's somehow still only 1-1. Any team that's any good would be winning this game. The fact that neither of us are says a lot about how tame both sides are. I think was that a red card? It wasn't a red card. Looked like it was going to be a red card. Ozera down in the relegation battle. We've been much the better team. Once again, let down by the finishing of, or lack thereof, from Gabriel TUTU, the league's top scorer. It's such a weird sentence to say. Those of you who've been around on the channel for a long time will remember Nuneaton 5 years ago, probably, where we had Ashley Chambers as our striker at Nuneaton. And for 3 years, I think it was in the National League, for 3 years, he was the top scorer or close to the top scorer in the entire division. And everyone in the comment section was telling me what a hero he was. He was the cult hero of the save, sort of 25 goals a season, free scoring, goal scoring superstar, if you just looked at the numbers. But what we actually found in reality is he would score them in bursts of 2 or 3 games where he'd get 3 hat-tricks in a row and then TUTU style disappear for 10 matches. And it wasn't until we got rid of him and played statistically a lesser striker who scored less goals we swapped him for someone who on paper didn't look as good as far as goal return goes. And because he was a bit more consistent, we ended up getting promoted finally after 3 years of frustration, despite having the superstar striker. I feel like we might be entering into that kind of territory with TUTU. He's been around for a long time. When he's good, he is so good. We've seen TUTU do some incredible things, but we've seen too many matches like this one where we should have won and we would have won if there'd have been a striker there to convert any of the chances that we had. And I'm starting to sound like a broken record with this because I mention it so often. If we could find a better striker, believe me, we'd have made the change. And I think that's part of the problem. We can't find a striker who looks anywhere near as good as him on paper. Because he's a team leader. Not ideal. So Amiens next, who are 13th in the league. Another team we should beat. They've got loads of icons, no legends, no favoured personnel. Seems like they need to separate their categories of favourites a little bit. We've made one change for this game. Renault was suspended for the last one. He is back in at the base of the midfield. He's a similar one to TUTU. Looking at this, he's got 3 goals this season. That'll be that hat trick that he scored in the 8-0 win. Then he was a goal machine in that one, and ever since then, not so much. Although I did notice when we were looking at the result from that game about 10 minutes ago, I said he was playing from the base of the midfield because that's where he normally plays. In that match, we did actually play him as the Mazzala, and he got a hat-trick. So maybe there's an argument we should play him there a little bit more often, but I just like him sitting here. He's our best deep-lying playmaker. He's the best guy at knocking the ball around from here, which is why we play him there. We have not had a shot yet in this game. Come on! What is happening to us? Goodness me! I remember when we used to be good. I remember when we won 8-0. You didn't get to see that. I enjoyed that a lot. It was a lot of fun. Absolutely 0 highlights in the first half there. And now finally we get a highlight. 52 minutes in, starting with Mandrea, who lumps the ball forward. And it ends up with Nguema in midfield, who I have set on an individual training to learn to play Mazzala, as promised. And Ian Gomez was in there. And his shot ends up going wide. And I am losing the ability to speak today. The heat in this room. I don't normally drink on camera, but look, there you go. I am hydrating. I am able to speak just. We've made it 20 minutes in. That was the one highlight. That miss from Gomez. Look at the state of TUTU on a 6.2. Oh, that man. That man. Right. We put Nguema back there. We're going to bring on Vinny. We're going to bring on Gotan and drop him to there. We're just changing all the attackers, I think. Lemina can come on as well. I kind of want to bring on Chacon. We've got all these wide players we can bring on. But let's get Abdullah on. And that will do for now. And I was going to go attack him, but we'll just end up conceding if we do that. Let's just hope that Nguema is a natural genius from central midfield and can conjure something up for us. Won't somebody do something from somewhere? Please, we've not had a shot on target in the entire match. Oh, I've been saying it for like 3 seasons. We need a striker. Are we going to score here to make it all okay? Paper over the cracks. We're not. We're going to hit the post. Renault to Maltanis. We've got a chance here. The final whistle should be going any moment. Somebody just have a shot. Have a shot. The fans are whistling. Whistle, whistle, whistle. It's Gotan. Just cross the ball. Somebody have a shot. Right, we've got a corner. I doubt we're going to even have time to take it. We are well over the time for this game. It looks like we are going to get to take the corner. Lemina, just get it into that near post. Let's have a Maltanis near post special. Corner comes in. 94 minutes on the clock and Ulrich Nguema. His first goal for the club. First of many, I'm sure. I mean, we absolutely didn't deserve that, but we've completely robbed one there. A 1-0 victory with the final touch of the game, I think keeps us still in touching distance of those playoff spots, which is all we can hope for, really. We're not going to go up automatically until we actually get some balance in this squad. This team is not much better than last year's team. we're not ready to make the step up to Ligue 1 yet. So it's just nice to be in the mix for these playoffs. And if we can sneak up and have a terrible have a Norwich season in the top flight and come back down again, that might be nice. But I'm just happy being in the business end of this division and having little moments like that with future heroes. We just need to keep hold of that boy. He's 6'2". He's physically dominant. His technicals are excellent. If we can keep hold of him and build a team around him for the next 2 or 3 years, oh, it's going to be special. I am a little bit worried the game's not. I thought the game wasn't saving after that moment. 95 minutes on the clock with that winner. And yeah, there we are, still hovering just about in touch for the playoffs. So if we do find some form or a striker towards the second half of the season, we're in a nice position to have a late run at those playoffs. And TUTU atop of National 3. Bless them. Bless their cotton socks. Look at them. Having a lovely time. Who scores their goals? Russ Eddy, I know he's a striker. How's he doing this year? Is he scoring goals? He scored no goals. Back to the drawing board. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos, including a couple of special videos over the weekend. We've got weekend content this week. And thank you very much for watching.